Hi everyone, this is Dee, and today I'm going to be showing you how I made this skirt. This is an updated version of a skirt I made about 3 years ago. I had just started making tutorials, so it wasn't very clear, and the comments lately just made me do it again. So this is the new version and I hope you will like it, and I believe I did a good job with this one. It's much better, so I hope you'll find it helpful. I made this for my daughter, so you can make it for any size, so for a child or for an adult. Yeah, you just have to use the measurements that I'll be giving in the video. I love this skirt because you can style it in different ways, and this is one. Okay, and then when you put when you put this to the side, you get this diagonal look. I love it. So you get to decide which side you like best, and this is how the back looks. So you let me know, guys, in the comment section below, what do you think of this? And after watching this video, let me know if it's been helpful. For this skirt I used big twist yarn. It's a acrylic yarn, a size 4 yarn, but you can use any yarn that you like. Let me show you the top I made. I know you've already seen it on my thumbnail, but I made this cute little top for my daughter to match with the skirt, and it looked so good on her. So in this tutorial, I'm going to be making this yellow and green color skirt. For this skirt in the tutorial, I used big twist yarn and Red Hat Super Saver. I shouldn't have done that because the yarn texture is different, so don't do it. Use the same yarn, but for the purpose of this video, I just had to use what I had at the moment, and this is it. So I hope you will enjoy the tutorial, guys. In case you're interested, I have a tutorial to this version as well, so check the description box for the link. So before we get started, please remember to subscribe to this channel if you are new here for more crochet tutorials like this. This is how the green one looks. Let me know in the comment section which one you like best. So you're going to need some yarn of your choice. You're going to need a hook. I'm going to be using a G6 hook, which is a 4.25 millimeter hook. You're going to need a tape measure, some scissors, and you're also going to need a darning needle. So yeah, let's dive into the tutorial, guys. I'm going to start with my green color here and make a magic ring. Insert my hook. You can make this in any way you like to do it. So chain 3, and in this magic ring you're going to make a total of 3 double crochets. Make 3 double crochets. This first chain is going to count as our first double crochet, so we have a total of 4 double crochets all in the same ring. Chain 2, and into the ring you're going to make 3 double crochets. And then we're going to add an extra double crochet to make it to a total of 4 double crochets. And then after that you're going to pull the strand to close the ring, and you should have this at the end of your first row. row 2, you're going to chain 3 and turn your work, and into this first space here you're going to kind of pull it a little bit so you can see it. You're going to yarn over and make 3 double crochets into that space. Yarn over and into the chain 2 space you're going to make a shell of 3 double crochets. Chain 2, 3 double crochets in that same chain 2 space. After that, you're going to yarn over and skip the next 3, and into the next space you're going to make a total of 4 double crochets. Should have this. So every time we walk into this first space, we are making an increase, and we're also increasing here at the center. Chain 3 and turn for row 3, yarn over and into this first space, make a cluster of 3 double crochets. Make a cluster in the next space, so you skip the next 3. Okay, we've skipped this, and into the next space we have 3 double crochets. Then yarn over, skip the next 3, and into the chain 2 space you're going to make a shell of 3 double crochets. Chain 2, 3 double crochets in that same chain 2 space. You'll have this. Yarn over, skip the next 3, and into the next space make 3 double crochets. Then yarn over and skip 3, and into the next space make 3 double crochets. Well, make a total of 4 double crochets to complete the row. You'll have this triangle, and you're going to repeat row 3 and row 2. Chain 3 to start our 4th row, so yarn over, well, chain 3, turn your work, yarn over and into this first space, make a cluster of 3 double crochets. And into the next space make 3 double crochets. Make 3 double crochets in the next space. Yarn over and make a shell in the chain 2 space. Make a cluster in the next space. Okay. To complete the row, you're going to skip the next 3, and into that next space you're going to make 3 double crochets. You're going to make 4 double crochets, all in that same space. Okay, I'm going to change color every time I make 5 rows of each color. So I'm going to make one more row, and then I will cut off the yarn, and then I'll be back to show you guys how to attach the new color and how to hide the tails of your yarn. So I'm going to chain 3 and turn my work, and I'm going to repeat that same pattern. With my yellow color, I'm going to make a slip knot. Then here I've already cut off my yarn and I'm supposed to turn my work, so I'm going to do that, and I'm going to attach my yarn right on top of this very first stitch. Chain 1 to secure that, and I'm going to be working over these strands. Chain 3, and into this first space make 3 double crochets. Then into this next space I'm going to insert my hook and make 3 double crochets. So basically I'm repeating the pattern, and I want to show you guys how I'm going to hide this yarn. So I'm going to complete this row to this side, and then I'll start another row, and I'll meet you back, guys, once I get to this part that has these strands. So I want to show you guys how I'm going to hide these tails. So once you get to the once you get back to the second row after working over the tails, you're going to yarn over and you're going to insert your hook under those tails. I hope you can see, and make a cluster over those tails as well, like that. Then yarn over and into the next space you're going to work over them. So you're going to do your best to hide them as much as you can. So this is how I'm going to be doing it, and I won't end up with too many ends to weave in later. Look at that, you can hardly see them. So let me know what you think, guys. What do you think of this? And then you can cut these off. Okay, so that's how I'm gonna be doing it. I wanted to quickly show you guys. You're going to keep repeating this pattern until you have enough length for your hip measurement. So if you have a hip measurement of 30 inches, you're going to place your tape measure on top of your work and stretch it. And when stretched, it should get to the hip measurement number that you have. I'm going to explain more once I make this bigger. So I'm going to make a few more rows, then I'll be back to show you guys what to do. Okay guys, so right now I have a total, let me see, 5, 10, 15, I have a total of 17 rows now completed, and I'm done making my increases. Like, this is enough for the hip measurement. Let's say this is enough for the hip measurement that you want to get. So this is about 20.5 inches wide. Okay, but when you stretch it, it can go all the way to 27 inches. once you're done increasing, you're going to make sure that when you stretch your work, it gets to your hip measurement. So if you have a hip measurement number of 40, when you place your tape measure on top of your work and you stretch it, it should be able to get to that number, to 40. If it's let's say 35, it should be able to stretch all the way to 35. Okay, so once you are done with this, let's say you're done here, but you still want this part to be longer. So what we're going to be doing next, we're going to be filling in this gap. We're going to keep this straight because we no longer want to increase. We no longer want to make it wider like this. Okay, so now we're going to join these two sides, but we're going to keep increasing on this side because we want this to be, the skirt to be longer, because if we stop here, it would mean that we no longer increase and keep it going like this, but we don't want that yet. So we're going to keep this straight as we make this part longer. Okay, so that's what I'm going to be showing you guys next. So from here, you're going to chain one and you're going to cut off the yarn. So we're going to do something different from what we've been doing. We're going to make a slip knot, and this time we're going to attach our yarn right in this corner. This is the center of our skirt, so we're going to attach our yarn right, chain 3, yarn over, and into that same space you're going to make 2 double crochets for a total of 3. The chain 3 is going to count as our first double crochet. After that, you're going to yarn over, and into the next space you're going to make a cluster of 3 double crochets, and you're going to keep making 1 cluster in every space, and I'll meet you back on this side right here so we can join it to the other side. All right, so I have worked from this corner. I'm now left with 1 space here, and what we're going to do something different. So you're going to yarn over, and into this space you're going to insert your hook, pull up a loop, then you're going to pull through 2, but don't complete the stitch. Then you're going to yarn over again, insert your hook into that same space, pull up a loop, pull through 2. You'll have 3 loops left on your hook, yarn over, insert your hook, pull through 2. You'll have 4 loops left on your hook. Then you're going to yarn over, and you're going to get the other side that has the strand of yarn that we cut off, and then you're going to skip these 4, and into that first space you are going to insert your hook, but try to hold it together, pull through 2, then you'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 loops on your hook, yarn over, back in that same space, insert your hook and pull up a loop, pull through 2, yarn over for the 3rd time, pull through 2. So what we're doing here is we are making these 2 clusters together, and what you're going to do next is pull through all of them at once. After that, you're going to yarn over, and you're going to skip the next cluster, and into the next space you're going to make 3 double crochets. Okay, so now we have joined this part together. Don't worry about this, we're going to get back to it later. So now you're going to make 1 cluster in every space until you get to the corner here where we started from. So once you get back here, you're going to yarn over and make 3 double crochets into this chain 2 space from the previous row, and this is where we started from with a chain 3. So insert your hook and make 3 double crochets, chain 2, and then you're going to slip stitch on top of the chain 3. So insert your hook right there and slip stitch. You should have this, you should have the shell. So after making your slip stitch, you're going to chain 1 and turn your work, and into this chain 2 space you're going to slip stitch twice, like so. Then you're going to chain 3, and into that same space make 2 double crochets. So now you have 3. Then yarn over and skip the next cluster, and into the next space make 3 double crochets or a cluster. Skip the next 3 double crochets, and into the next space make 3 double crochets, and you're going to repeat that until you get here. Then I'll show you guys how to work around this area again. When you get back to this point, you're going to yarn over, and into this next space we are going to make the 2 clusters together. Okay, so here I have my 3, so I'm going to yarn over, and I'm going to skip this, going to skip all this and work a cluster into this next space. Insert your hook, pull through 2, yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull through 2, insert your hook, yarn over, pull through 2, and you'll have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 loops, and then you're going to pull through all of them. And basically that's what we're going to be doing every time we get to this part. After that, you're going to continue making a cluster in every space until you get to where we started from, right here at the corner. So comment below, guys, let me know what you think. Let me know if this video is helpful. What I know is that it's much better than the first one because it was recorded about 3 years ago. So I hope I did better this time. Yeah, and don't forget to subscribe. When you get to this point, you're going to make your 3 double crochets in that chain 2 space. Chain 2, then slip stitch on top of the chain, and you'll have this. Then you're going to chain 1 and turn your work, and you're going to slip stitch twice in the chain 2 space. Then chain 3 and make 2 double crochets into that same space. Okay, just keep in mind that at the end of every row you have to turn your work. Then make a cluster in every space until you get to this part, and then I'll meet you guys here. All right, I'm showing you guys one more time. When you get here, you're going to yarn over, insert your hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, insert your hook in the same space, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, insert your hook, pull through 2, you'll have 4 loops on your hook, then yarn over and cross all this and into this next space you're going to make a cluster. We're making 2 clusters together. Okay, and then you're going to pull through everything. And there you have it. So continue making a cluster in every space, and I'll meet you back here. Then you're going to make your last cluster in the chain 2 space, chain 2, and then slip stitch on top of the chain like that. Chain 1. I'm going to be changing colors because I'm doing that after every 5th row. So 1 2 3 4 5. And I'm going to show you how long this is now. So this longest part is about 12.5 inches long, and I'm done making increases. So in your case, if you want it longer, you're going to keep on repeating what we've been doing every time we got to this point until it's long enough to where you want it. Let's say you want it to be at 20 inches or long to your feet. You're just going to continue making it, making increases right here and doing the same thing on the other side, like how I've been showing you guys. So the next thing we're going to be doing now is continue doing what we've been doing on this side, but we're going to do something different here because we are no longer going to make increases. We want this to get straight. We want it to get straight like this. We're no longer making the increase. So I hope that is clear. And also remember to always turn your work. I don't know how many times I've said that, but turn your work at the end of every row. So make a slip knot, then attach your yarn in that chain 2 space. I'm going to be working over these strands. So you're going to chain up 4, okay, chain 4, then yarn over, and into this next space you're going to make a cluster. Like that, yarn over, into the next space, make a cluster, and you're going to repeat that pattern and do what we've been doing here as well, and I'll meet you guys back here at the end. Okay, so I don't know if you guys want to see it again, but okay, let's do it one more time here. I'll show you how to decrease and then we continue with the pattern. Okay, I'm back to this point now where we are making the decrease. So you're going to yarn over, and into this first space, and into this next space you're going to insert your hook. You're going to yarn over, and into that space you're going to insert your hook and pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. You'll have 2 loops on your hook, yarn over, insert your hook, pull through 2, yarn over, insert your hook, pull through 2. Okay, you'll have this. Then next you're going to yarn over and skip all this, and into the next space you're going to insert your hook, pull through 2, yarn over, insert your hook, pull through 2, yarn over, insert your hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. And this time you're going to have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 loops. Then you're going to yarn over and pull through all of them at once. You have this. After that, you're going to continue making one cluster in every space until you get to the end. Alright, so to complete the row, this is where we chained 4. This is the chain 2 space from the previous row. You're going to yarn over, insert your hook, pull up a loop. You'll have 3 loops on your hook, and we're going to make an extended double crochet. So you're going to yarn over and pull through 1, then yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and you'll have something like that. Then you're going to chain 4 and turn your work, and you're going to make a cluster into this next space. So it's that simple, guys. I'm going to repeat that, and I'll meet you back here at the end. When you get back to this point, you're going to yarn over and you're going to make an extended double crochet. So yarn over, insert your hook in that space, pull up a loop, then you're going to pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. The reason why we're making the extended double crochet is so that we can be on the same level as the chain 4 that we are starting with. And also, if you chain 3, this part, once you are done, let me show you. Once you are done making it straight, this may be a little bit too tight, so that's why you need to make the folds and the extended double crochet. So I'm going to do the rest off camera, guys. I hope I have explained it enough, and you're going to continue with this same pattern of making this part straight, and remember to end with an extended double crochet and start with a chain of 4. So once you have no more of these spaces to work into, that will mean that you are on your last row, and as you work on this will also be moving forward. So I'm going to do the rest of camera and I'll be back here shortly. I'm now at the end of my row and I have these 2 spaces to work into, so I'm going to chain 4 and turn my work, and to complete this I'm going to yarn over, insert my hook in this next space, pull up a loop, pull through 2, yarn over, skip all this, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through all. So we have ended with 1 double crochet, with 2 double crochets together. Okay, once you are done with that, you're going to chain 4 and then you're going to slip stitch in this next space, and that is how you close off your work. Once you are done, so you're going to chain 2. The chain 2 does not count as anything, so you're going to yarn over and make 2 double crochets in that space, chain 3, yarn over, no, we're going to chain 2, I'm sorry guys, chain 2, and back in that same space you're going to make 2 double crochets like that. Then into this next space, you're going to make a single crochet, yarn over. Into the next space, you're going to make a shell of 2 double crochets, chain 2 double crochets in that same space. The next space, you're going to make a single crochet, and into the next, you're going to make a shell of 2 double crochets, chain 2 double crochets in the same space. And you're going to repeat that pattern until you get back to where we started from. So this next space gets a single crochet, then the next one gets a shell. When you get to the end of the row, you're going to end with a single crochet and then slip stitch on top of the first double crochet. Then chain 1, cut the yarn off, and you're going to weave it in. So at the end, this is how your work should be looking. I still have these tails, but I'm just going to cut those off. So we're now going to work on the waistband. So we're going to start from right here. And to get started, you're going to insert your hook through these loops at the same time, like so. So we've joined them. Then get your yarn. I'm going to be using, make a slip knot, then you're going to pull through the yarn like so. Then you're going to chain 2. The chain 2 does not count as a stitch. And then in that same space, you're going to yarn over and make a double crochet. You're going to make 3 of them. So you're going to make a cluster of 3 double crochets into that space. Like that, yarn over. Into this next space, you're going to make a cluster of 3 double crochets. Make 3 double crochets into the next space. So we're working through these spaces that we have, okay? That's what we're working into, making 3 double crochets in each space. You're going to repeat that all the way around. When you get to the end of the row, you're going to slip stitch. Then you're going to chain 2, yarn over, and you're going to make a front post double crochet. So you're going to insert your hook under the stitch, pull up a loop, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. That's your first front post, yarn over. You're going to insert your hook from behind, and you're going to push that stitch to the back, then pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and you're going to make a front post for the next stitch. So we're just making a row of back and front post double crochet all the way around. Once you get to the end of the row, you're going to slip stitch on top of the first stitch to complete the row. Then you're going to chain one and cut off the yarn. But if you want to continue and make the waistband bigger, you're going to slip stitch on top of the next stitch, then chain two, which does not count as a stitch, then yarn over, and this stitch, which is a front post, you're going to go under it, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through two, yarn over, pull through two. The next stitch is a back post double crochet, so you'll yarn over and make a back post double crochet, and you'll have to repeat like that. A front post stays in the front and a back post stays at the back of your work. So for me, I'm only doing one row, but you can make as many as you wish, but I would recommend you make like 3 if you want to make it bigger. So I'm going to cut my yarn off from here. Then I'm going to fasten off and pull that side. So next you're going to make a chain, which is going to be the drawstring that's going to pass around the waistband. And you're going to use your darning needle to pull it through. So I'm going to go in and out, pulling through the strand with the help of my darning needle. And this brings us to the end of the tutorial, guys. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in my next tutorial. Please don't forget to subscribe, like and share this video with your friends. Thank you.